Welcome to Open Podium. Our guest today is Sara Paiman. Hello, Sara.
Përshëndetje.
Përshëndetje Sara, faleminderit që na urdhrove në një intervistë. A mund na bësh një përmbledhje të vogël, një prezantim të shkurtër për veten në shqip? Të shohim pak si e flet shqipen.
Faleminderit. Mirë se u gjeta. Unë jam Sara Paiman. Jam lindur dhe rritur në Angli, por me origjinë jam gjysmë indiane, gjysmë iraniane dhe tani jetoj në Tiranë, në Shqipëri.
Like, I understand you moved to Albania for private reasons and family reasons, but we'd like to know more about your point of view in terms of what you don't like about Albania. What you wish was different?
Okay. A negative question.
Because I assume every one of us do about the positive ones, but we want to see more, on the other side, the realistic side of it.
Okay, well,
okay, let's put it this way. What did you wish was different?
Okay.
Communication, way of, arranging things. I don't know. You tell me.
So Albanians are very hospitable, which I found out, but given that, I would have expected to have more personal invitations to people's houses, for example, because I'm from England and Brits aren't particularly known for being very warm, but even then we at least invite people to our houses, have dinners together. In Albania, you only meet people for a coffee outside.
But isn't it because in UK it's gloomy and dark outside, so you get into a house or in...
Well, yeah,
whereas in Albania you don't need to waste the nice weather and you get to meet somewhere in a pleasant place outside.
Yeah, that's a good point. I didn't think of it like that, but we do have really good restaurants in England, so that's not limitation.
Indoors.
Yeah, indoors, yeah. But I think regardless of the weather, because people they might have a garden or a balcony or a terrace, so you could still invite someone to a house but sit outdoors. So I don't think that's the limitation.
Right. So do you find people don't invite you into their houses, or do you find not inviting people into a house as part of a lifestyle?
Yeah, I think in general. Well, I hope it's
not
just me.
So it's not personal with you.
I hope so. Who knows? Maybe it is. But because my in-laws have been in Albania since 91, so they're not Albanian, but they've been there more than 30 years, and they told me that at the beginning, although people had a lot less, like there was barely even a cabbage in the shops back then.
Yeah.
People are a lot more connected, so they used to sit.
That happens everywhere. It's the globalization, and all of this modernization.
Yeah, that's true.
Nothing to do with Albania itself. It's all over the planet that people have changed.
But also my mom complained like Sara, because she used to have like friends and family members to come at home and have a dinner or something. But now she complained as you, just like what's happened to us.
Okay, but I was talking more about the Albania as a lifestyle or as a society, in terms of not why they don't invite people at home. Like, what did you wish it was different to enjoy more, living in Tirana, for example?
Well, the reason I mentioned that one is because I do find it a little bit difficult to make friends in Albania. And I know that's also because I'm a foreigner, so of course it's difficult when you move to any new country when you don't know anyone. But and the people are very friendly, but I think that the fact that they're not, I don't know, extending invitations or reaching out or making an effort to want to meet you outside of let's say I go to sing somewhere or I go for an interview somewhere, like maybe it would be nice to get to know those people that I interacted with on a deeper level
Right.
But it's difficult to happen. I don't know.
I find this as the main thing that needs to change. Because I would expect, like you,
not the main one.
For example, the temper.
Yeah, so
or other things similar to that.
I mean, at the beginning, I was a bit shocked by it, especially again as a Brit, because we're very polite, and even if it's fake politeness,
on surface, yeah, very fake.
Yeah, exactly. Even if it's surface level, at least it's there. Whereas
always fake, by the way, from my experience.
yeah, yeah.
No,
but Albanians are very direct.
Abrupt? Would you say abrupt?
Yeah, abrupt. But I actually think it's a positive
But it's a
because
level of honesty behind that.
exactly. They're honest, and I think that's really honorable. Like that's a lot better than being polite on the surface.
You know where
but
you stand. Would you say you know where you stand with Albanians, but you don't know where you stand with Brits?
With Brits?
Generally speaking, I don't want to,
Yeah, I can
label everyone.
Yeah. Yes and no. I think Albanians will say it as it is. They're very straightforward. Because I was born and raised in England, I'm more used to how people interact in England. So I can also sometimes see through when it's fake or passive aggressive and when it's genuine.
You can, yeah.
Yeah, but I can see why it would be very difficult for someone who's not raised there. Like my husband, who's raised in Albania.
Yeah.
I'm sometimes really embarrassed when we're in England because the interaction is so different and he's so abrupt. And I'm like, oh my God, you can't be speaking like this in England. But then in Albania, it's the opposite. It's if he wasn't like that, he would get nowhere.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But to be honest, I agree with you. I some situation I like to be that polite speaking, and maybe can be fake, but I prefer. I don't want the direct one.
Yeah. Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah. Just like, yeah, I prefer maybe. But can you
prefer fakeness? I don't prefer fakeness.
No fakeness. Be gentle, and I don't want just like direct things. If you think I'm ugly, I don't want it to know. It's like you say you are nice, and that's it. I prefer that one. Because
but no one tells you in Albania you are ugly out of the blue.
That's true. They're not mean. They're not
mean. Exactly.
Yeah.
So, going back to yourself, how you know in yourself more? How do you fit within the Albanian environment? How do you find yourself fitting in? And talk us through about yourself a little bit. What have you done? Would you prefer to be known for? A singer? I know you're a dentist as well.
Yeah.
Children and people are generally scared from dentists.
Yeah,
but you don't seem to be scared.
Hopefully not. Yeah. Well, I guess what has linked me most to the Albanian people and the culture is Albanian music. So my husband started teaching me Albanian music about 3 years ago, and it was just as a way to start learning the language.
So he introduced you, or he taught you the music?
He taught me. Like he would literally sing the songs to me because the first song
Is he related to the music industry?
No, he's not. But when he was younger, like maybe 9 or 10 years old, he was in a choir called Gjini Vogel.
Okay, the little genius.
Yeah, exactly. So he was like in the background choir for that. So
right.
Okay. And they would sing all the Këngët të vjetër shqiptar, like all the old Albanian songs, the folk songs, and also songs of Vachezela. So he knew all of those, and he started teaching them to me. Like he would just sing them to me, and then I think the first time, so I had a TikTok account where I was just posting covers, like English covers. And then one day so this is a bit of a long story. I'm trying to see where to go back to. So For some context, I'm a Baha'i, which is my religion, and there's a Baha'i community.
Talk us a little bit about, give us a brief about your religion, because to be honest, I don't have much info.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Most people have never heard of it because it's relatively new. It's about.
Is it a branch or is it a religion on itself?
It's an independent religion. It's only about 200 years old, which is quite new in the relative scheme of things. We basically believe that all the religions have the same message of love and unity, but that each religion is kind of a more updated version than the one before it. So as society develops, scientific understanding develops, technology develops, etc., then there's also a need for religion to develop as well. So we believe in this idea of progressive revelation, that all the religions have been revealed at a time that was relevant to them. But we believe in one God, and the main purpose of the religion is unity. So to bring about unity in the world, but starting at the level of the community.
Who is
the prophet or the
prophet or the saint that you follow and you believe in?
Yeah, so the religion originated in Iran, and the manifestation of God is called Baha'u'llah. So he came after Muhammad in the order of the main world religions. But although it started in Iran, it's actually now the second most widespread religion in the world after Christianity. So there aren't many Baha'is. There's only about 7 or 8 million in the world, but they're spread across like every corner of the globe because it's a very global religion and it's not tied to a specific country or culture.
Where's the center of, the spiritual center?
The Baha'i world.
Where is it based?
Yeah. Well, the world center is in Haifa in Israel because that's where Baha'u'llah was buried because it's a long story, but he was exiled from Iran and he ended up in Israel, and that's where he passed away. So that's where he's buried, and that's now the Holy Land. But there are Baha'is from any country that you can think of. There are Baha'is there.
Okay.
It's a global religion.
Going back to yourself, I would be very interested to see Albania through someone who isn't born or raised in Albania. So this is where I'd prefer to focus my questions, basically. Like when you moved there, talk us through some cultural shocks you went through. Like you must have experienced some, things in your daily life that's like, whoa.
Yeah. Well, I think we kind of discussed it a bit before, but the directness. Let me think. I was quite kind of pleasantly surprised about how welcoming they were to foreigners, because I know that they've been closed off.
But why do you think they are welcoming to foreigners? What's your opinion on it?
I guess it's a few things. One, it's probably quite intriguing to them because they had been closed off to foreigners for so many years.
Isolated society, yeah. I thought the same.
Yeah, but then given that, they could just as easily be very
warm-hearted.
No, yeah, so they're very warm-hearted, but I'm saying like they could be very anti-foreign, like they could maybe not trust people who don't look like them or who are a bit different from them. So it's actually, I think it's really progressive of them that they're very welcoming and open-minded.
So this was a positive shock of yours.
Yeah.
What was the negative one?
The language was way more difficult to learn than I thought. Like I'm still learning. It's still really hard. Every single sentence I speak is full of mistakes. I don't even know how to form a plural properly, like things that are basic.
Sorry if it makes you feel bad. I've noticed.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Like, but it's the grammar, like you wouldn't understand why it's so difficult because in the same way that I don't know the ins and outs of English grammar,
Yeah.
but I speak it to a good enough
Correctly.
level.
You speak grammatically correct.
Hopefully, yeah, because I grew up there. But
Yeah.
in the same way, like you probably have never thought about Albanian grammar. Like when you're speaking a sentence, you're not thinking, is this in Rjedhore or Kalzore? But I am. I'm going through the whole table in my mind, every
Right.
sentence.
Good.
And well, it's good and it's bad. It means
Same
that
thing happened to me when I learned English.
Yeah, I will share
25
the
years
same
ago.
thing. So how long have you been in Albania?
about 2.5 years. But well, I haven't been there continuously because at the beginning I was maybe 2 weeks Albania, 2 weeks England, and now I've reduced it now, so I'm more in Albania, less in England, maybe like 2 months Albania and then a couple weeks England. So I've been back and forth a lot. And when I'm in, I only speak in English with Naim and his family. And so I basically only speak Albanian when I have interviews. That's one of the reasons I take so many interviews in Albanian because it forces me to speak it. Otherwise, I don't speak it to anyone.
However, we let you down today because we're not speaking.
Yeah, but I wouldn't be. That's the problem. I wouldn't be able to say any of these things. I wouldn't be able to express myself properly.
But in the shops, when you're going to buy something, you speak in Albanian. I'm just curious.
Yeah. That I speak in Albanian, but it's like a 2-second conversation.
That's baby's language, really. So it's...
yeah. It's not like I'm not expressing any feelings, anything personal. It's just sakushton.
I think for how long you've been in Albania, you were speaking very well. It's not easy to switch from a language to another in short time.
Thank you.
Such a short time, or not, anyway. Are you agree on that?
What difference does it make if I agree or not?
Yeah, because
it doesn't agree.
I want to make her a compliment. In
before,
2 years, he's starting to speak and singing in Albanian. It's not common for everyone.
She's talking the international language of music. That's why she's becoming famous so fast.
Yeah.
Anyway, so going back to our conversation, when was the point after, like, obviously you moved in, you started living in, was it in Tirana that you started?
Yeah, with my in-laws.
You've always lived in Tirana, yeah?
Yeah. Sorry, and it's because she lives with her in-laws, mother-in-law. Yeah, you love.
Yeah,
So, at what point you started regretting that you've made the wrong move, or whether you were doubting yourself, whether you made the mistake of moving to Albania? Obviously, you changed your mind after that because you're still in Albania, but I believe at some point you were doubting yourself. Sorry, I don't mean to be judgmental, but
no, it's fair.
It happens to everyone, I believe.
Yeah, exactly. Well, even now, I still, it's the language. Honestly, I still think I will never be fluent and I'll never be able to express myself properly. And one of my worries even now is that, because we want to start a family and we want to have children here in Albania eventually. And I'm worried that, like, basic things, for example, if they need help with their schoolwork or something like that.
I have a bad news for you. You're going to have to live there for 20 years to be, to comprehend, to speak the language quite well.
Yeah, no, but I've met people that have been for many, many years and don't even speak it well. I mean, not as well as their native language.
But I have a good news as well for you, that once you have a child, you can use your child as your interpreter.
Translator, yeah. Yeah, that's true. No, it's a funny thing as well because my parents migrated to the UK, so they're immigrants, and they sacrificed so much so that I could have a better life and be raised in England.
And now they feel like you let them down.
Well,
why are you abandoning our project?
I mean, yeah, they've never said that, but it feels a bit funny that I've now like self-imposed immigration on me. Like I've decided to be an immigrant in another country. So it's like a challenge that I've put upon myself that I didn't need to. I there was no need for me to do that. So sometimes I doubt myself because I'm thinking maybe I don't know, maybe education is better in England, like a lot of people.
Is it really? Not
Well,
from as far as I know.
no, to be honest, the Albanian education system, from what I've seen, is amazing. Like
Exactly.
the level of
And
maths
you
is
even
crazy.
and you even receive tailored service, which you'd
Yeah.
never receive in UK unless you
Yeah,
pay
yeah.
20K a month or a year, whatever it is.
Yeah, but my worry, I guess I don't know about higher education because my husband and his sister, they went to school in Albania, but only until they were about 15, and then they left to the UK. Well, my husband left to the UK to study there. So I don't know how, we both don't know how it is really for the higher education.
France is better than in UK from experience,
But then
unless you go
people,
to a boarding school in UK or a private school, which is a different story.
yeah. But I mean, the thing is, everybody, all the youth in Albania seem to aspire to leave the country to study in Germany or England or America. So it feels sometimes it feels a bit backwards what I've done.
Why do you think
They're
they
pushed
want?
out by the politics for some reasons, but let's not go into that
Yeah.
avenue because
I think
we
also
don't want to
because,
talk politics
yeah,
here.
they don't recognize their study abroad is one, and they want to make do another experience abroad. So I don't think, because education is very strong in Albania in general.
Yeah.
So now I leave the floor for Rezarta, who is to make her introduction and start a pleasant conversation.
No, Sara was speaking. I was interested because we all experienced the immigration pathway. I don't think immigration was the same as we experienced, but just like about like life, family, or emotion, or language, we understood that. But just like, how do you feel?
On the whole, I feel good. I mean, I feel good enough that I've decided to stay in Albania.
Well, sorry, don't mean to be, obviously, because it's sunny.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Yeah, no, but that's a big pull. Like the weather is a big thing. I mean, for me, it's the nature is the most amazing part for me because it's such a small country. You can basically travel from one end to the other in like 8 or 9 hours by car. But there's so many different types of beautiful nature to see along the way, like mountains, lakes, beach, caves, anything that you want. It's like the whole world in one small country, and that for me is amazing that you can just take a weekend trip and go see.
No wonder they're kicking everyone out. So they
yeah, they want to keep it for themselves. Yeah, exactly.
Also, you have the right to travel, so it's not really immigration, I think. So it's just like you doing a new experience. Yeah, you can decide to move whatever you like, I think so.
Yeah, definitely. No, I've definitely come from a position of privilege for sure.
Yeah.
How about the culture, as Andrew asked before, the food? Were different about Albania and your traditional culture? Do you have some tips which you would like and prefer mostly in Albania?
Well, in terms of the culture, in some ways it's quite similar to the culture that I was raised with because I'm half Indian, half Iranian, and both of those cultures are quite well, like they're from the east, so they're quite hospitable.
Family oriented, would you say?
Yeah, family oriented, exactly. Strong family values, a lot of respect for the older generation. So in that sense, it's not that different to what
you just implied that they don't have a lot of respect for the older generation in UK.
I didn't say that.
Well, in a way, you implied.
No, I mean,
I agree with you, by the way.
Because you can't generalize, but like for just a small example is most like as an Indian or Iranian, I wouldn't dream of putting my parents in a nursing home, in a care home.
Right. Okay.
Like
It's against your values.
yeah, exactly. And as far as I've experienced, it's quite similar in Albanian culture. Like you would always live, you would take care of the parents yourselves if you can. Of course, there are exceptions because sometimes you can't. Sometimes they're too
Yeah, but
physically
we're talking about the
disabled.
general.
Yeah, so in general, I'd say that it's more similar because it's like these kind of Eastern values that we have. And also because Albania was under the Ottoman Empire for so long, that's like, I mean, fairly similar to the Persian culture in some ways, like this Middle Eastern values of family and respect for elders. Um, so and then what was the other? Oh, about the food.
Yeah.
So I have a bit of a controversial point about the food.
Yeah.
So the quality of ingredients is amazing in Albania. Like the produce,
Mhm.
the fruit and vegetables, that's amazing. But I just don't think that the Albanian dishes reflect how good the ingredients are. In
Mhm.
fact, Albanian cuisine, what really is it? It's mostly Greek and Turkish cuisine combined. There are, I know, some Albanian dishes, but I don't think they're very adventurous. And to be honest, this is so controversial. I'm going to get so much hate,
Mhm.
but I'm bored
No,
of it.
don't worry. Don't
Don't
worry.
I'm a
worry.
bit,
We're
It's your
probably
thought. Your thought. Because
yeah, I'm a bit bored of it. Like, I just wish
we
that they
think
did more.
alike.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good to know.
So if they hate, let them hate us both.
because you
Because
have more dishes.
well, I just like so in Persian cuisine, there's a lot of combination between sweet and salty flavors. So like fruit and meat, for
Yeah.
example. It could be the same in Albania because the quality of the fruit is incredible, but the dishes
Too
seem
boring.
quite limited.
Basic.
Yeah,
Basic. Would you say basic? Boring?
bit basic. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like we make fun of Brits for their food
Yeah.
because they lack in flavor, but to be honest, Albanian food also just uses mainly salt and pepper.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
Because
So
in Italy,
you're saying
sorry,
if you remove the Italian side parts and the Greek
yeah.
parts and the Turkish parts of food into
What's
the
left
Albanian.
really? What's really left?
Okay. Okay. Yeah, you're making interesting point, I'd say.
In
Yeah.
Italy, they say don't put a lot of spicy or things in the food if it's there fresh, because you have to taste the food. So maybe it's Mediterranean logic. I don't know, just like a point of view.
Yes, but even then, like I don't see many herbs being used much in Albanian cooking. Like we grow parsley here, like we have
Apart from
maydanoz,
parsley and dill
Yeah, and
yeah, and mint. But
and
but but
oregano.
even there, but I don't see it being used much in the food. Like fresh, like the salads. You've in any restaurant you've got salad fshati, which is okay, tomatoes, onion,
Yeah.
cucumber. You've got if you're a fancy restaurant, you might have like salad rucola, which has got like
Which is again probably Italian and pomegranate.
yeah,
pomegranate.
if you're lucky, if you're fancy, you might put pomegranate in there.
Yeah.
But there's so many amazing flavor combinations
Just tell one dish, one
that could be
salad from
used.
your person once.
So, well, like for example, I made a video about this the other day. Like
Yeah.
that one of my favorite Persian dishes is called fesanjun, and it's with chicken, walnut, and pomegranate, and it's like this really rich stew. And they're each of those different strong flavors really complement each other. And then you can even serve that with a salad that has like a lot of it's really tangy. It's got like a lot of lemon and even salt, pepper, and mint. So you've got like this strong, rich flavor, and then you've got the bright flavor of the salad to lighten the palate. Whereas in
Yeah,
Albania,
to balance it.
yeah, exactly. I just feel like everything's a bit salty and not much else.
So do you like? I would like to try this dish. If you invited me,
yeah, when you come to Tirana, come to my house and it'll be the first thing.
Try this dish.
Yeah, for sure. Please come to my house.
Another thing to keep in my mind: your religion. Do you have the similar pray or something like Muslim, or you have your own kind of rituals things?
Yeah, so we don't really have rituals because the point of the religion is more practical based. It's about doing things and contributing to society rather than like sitting and doing rituals. But we pray in the way that Muslims and many other religions do. We believe in one God in the same way Islam does.
Yes.
We have holy scriptures, like holy writings that we read and so on. We even fast as well, which is an element of every religion to some extent. In fact, our fast and Ramadan this year are going to overlap a bit. I think we finished around the same day.
What is the fasting process? What
So
is the time frame?
It's well, ours is between the 2nd of March and the 20th of March. So it's always 19 days and it's always at the beginning of March. And you don't eat between sunrise and sunset on each day. You don't eat or drink anything. And then at the end of the fasting, so around the 20th or 21st of March, we have Nowruz, which means new day, and that's our new year. So it's a time of spiritual renewal, but also physical renewal because it's the first day of spring. So it's the start of the spring equinox. So that you have the fast is kind of a period of spiritual cleansing and also physical cleansing, and then you have Nowruz, which is the new year, and it's a sign of new beginnings.
Okay, so back to you being, moved to Albania. What is your typical day, basically, in terms of your daily activities? Do you find it a bit boring? Do you find it full of things to do?
I find it
working. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, actually, I find it quite varied. It's quite interesting. Because now I'm mostly a singer, so that takes up most of my time. So in the day, I'm either writing new songs or learning new songs, learning Albanian ones, recording
so you
them.
go to events,
Yeah, I go to events as well. I sing at events.
You are VIP now in Albania.
Well, I don't know about
they
that.
Open the doors to you so quick because many Albanians try to go there and they will not get it. So you are.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm very lucky actually. Yeah, that I've been invited to some nice events. And then sometimes I also sometimes make videos for restaurants or businesses like to promote them on social media. So sometimes I have meetings for that, or I go and record stuff, make videos. So yeah, I quite like how varied it is because it just depends I'll open Instagram every morning and I'll see who's messaged me, and there might be interview invitations, there might be invitations to review a restaurant. Like it's really varied. So
basically your main thing is the Instagram related activity related to advertising and singing and art, isn't it?
Yeah, well, I'd say singing is the main thing, and but singing live as well, like that's what I'm trying to do more of, singing at events and weddings and so on. But then the Instagram content creation is a part of that because that's how I promote myself, and then through that's also how I came to promote other businesses as well.
Yeah. Okay. By the way, do they pay well?
Where at the live events?
No, the businesses that
it depends. I mean, it's all relative.
You can always say they should pay better and don't have to answer.
Yeah, I mean, anyone can always pay better.
You can give an English answer, and
that's why I'm trying to be diplomatic about it.
You don't have to.
So you spend a lot of time and effort and huge amount of money to be a dentist, you know, and
Yeah.
enormous amount of brain cells went dead studying dentistry. I guess.
Yeah.
Why did you abandon that investment?
Well, I actually haven't abandoned it, so I do still work as a dentist. Because of all the reasons you just said, I can't let it go. It's too much.
Yeah, but that's not a substantial reason to keep it though, because it doesn't feel like doesn't sound like you feel, you know, keeping it or utilizing it.
Yeah, the thing is, it offers a lot of security that singing doesn't, that or the arts in general don't offer.
Right.
So I'm really grateful that I did it.
But there's no adrenaline in it.
Yeah, I mean, it's not. I mean, there can be, but it's not really for me. It's not as exciting as singing, because singing has always been my true passion, but I never even allowed myself to dream about it or pursue it. Like it just wasn't an option. So
Because is it because the way you were raised? You were told?
No
yeah,
parents, maybe. That I want to wonder.
yeah, it's a mix of everything. I mean, it's partly to do with that whole immigration story, like the fact that my parents sacrificed everything, became doctors, and became very prominent in their fields, and then they raised me and my brother as well to try and be the best academically at school, and they always wanted to try and push us towards careers that could earn money and could support ourselves and our families and so on. So, but it was when I got married to Naim that he was really encouraging me. Like he could see that I wasn't happy. I would dread going into work some days. And like I just couldn't even get out of bed sometimes. And I'd be sometimes crying at work, like I'd find it so stressful and everything. And he was like, but you should explore what you're passionate
And
about.
this happened while you were in UK, or?
Yeah, this is well,
yeah,
because Naim and I started dating basically when, like the year after I graduated. So it was my year in so you do 5 years of studying dentistry in England,
Yeah.
and then you have to do a
And do a
year
pre-reg.
in practice. Yeah, like exactly. So you're on your own, but you technically have a supervisor.
Yeah. You got the license of being a qualified.
Yeah, exactly. So it was that year that Naim and I were
Right.
starting dating,
Okay.
and we
Can I ask
also got married in that year.
Can I ask something? He did it as an Albanian, as typical Albanian, or English, like an Englishman. Or Iranian man. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I don't know. He's a complicated one. I don't know what his culture is. I'd say he's probably mostly Albanian, but he does have a lot of the Persian and German influence. I don't know what he is.
All right.
Not
All right.
not British though. He's not very British.
He's not very British. So this
So,
is
allow me to be a bit Albanian, more Albanian or Balkan. So I'm gonna talk figures. So if you'd been working in UK, you'd get paid about, I guess, 60 or 8 between 60 and 80K a year as a dentist.
Could be more.
Could be more, yeah. But I'm being conservative. But yeah, could be up to 110, I guess.
Yeah. I'd say like you mean like at my level?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say
Roughly. We're not interrogating you for tax
purposes.
Don't worry. I'm just to make a point, you know.
I'd say probably like 60 to 90 at that level.
Yeah. So I that's why I said that 80 or something.
Yeah.
So I think your parents regret this.
Some Albanians listening to us today will say, what's wrong with this lady having a guaranteed job in UK and a British passport in her pocket, which allows her to work and make 80K with a potential going to 120K in 5 years? What's wrong with this lady leaving all of this and moving to Albania, where food is not properly controlled, where air is, you know, the CO2 level in the city is quite high, where it's a mess of a country, where the government is semi-functional. Like, what is wrong with this lady? And is she a spy or something?
Yeah, it's a fair question to ask.
It is a fair question, yeah.
Yeah, it's very fair.
Yeah.
I would say, apart from the money issue, because yeah, definitely the potential to earn in England is probably higher, like also for a dentist at my level. But everything else, I would say there are potentially a lot more benefits in Albania. I mean, one of the things, for example, for me is the family values. I love the way that Albanians treat children, and they have a important place in society. They're not just brushed aside as they are in some other societies. So I think it's a really good place to raise a family. We discussed the education.
With that income, you can find a very good spot in UK to raise your family, for example.
Yeah.
You can move to a posh area, and you will sort of resolve that issue.
Yeah. So I guess to explain really why we moved.
I'm being the negative Albanian now. You know?
No, I know. Yeah.
Don't get me wrong.
I get. So it's kind of
I'm the voice of the mass at this point.
Yeah. No, it's a fair question. So I guess actually, if I really think about the reason we moved to Albania is because, well, it goes back to Naim's parents who moved to Albania in 91. And the reason they moved there is because that's when Albania became open, and it was just after communism. And they are also Baha'is.
What were their job?
Well, so my father-in-law, he now works he's the regional manager of Berlin Chemie, which is a pharmaceutical company. He's the regional manager for Albania. Today, yeah.
And what about then?
Well, back then, I think he had either just finished or was about to finish his PhD in agriculture, I think. And my mother-in-law, she's a pianist. So she had just finished studying, for piano. But the reason they moved is because, as I said before, the main aim of the Baha'i faith is to create unity in the world. And one of the ways to do that is to just immerse yourself in another culture.
So were they in a mission to spread the religion in Albania at the time?
It's not really, because then it's different to being a missionary, because my understanding is so I think the difference is, like, a missionary is their main aim is to convert people to that religion. Right. In the Baha'i sense, what you're called is a pioneer. So the idea is that you're the first Baha'i, or the first of that religion to live in another place. So the idea is that you just settle, live your life there, and just completely immerse yourself in that society. You basically become, in this case, like, you live as an Albanian, you become Albanian pretty much. And through that way, that's how you build unity. It's the same way as if you marry into another culture, you're building a bond between those cultures.
Random question. Does your mother-in-law speak Albanian?
Yeah. They both speak fluent.
Would have been very funny to see you both, going into events. She plays piano.
Well, she's much better. She's much better than me.
I was thinking that when you sing it, your mother-in-law can play.
Can accompany me. Yeah, well, she's a classical pianist, so she's on much higher level than me as a musician.
So she can easily join you in the event.
Yeah. She could. In fact, we have done a couple of events.
And you can be a duo, the famous foreign duo.
We could.
You can give example, like you can go well with your mother-in-law, because all the time it's like, they agree and disagree with each other. So you can be an example for.
Sounds like she get along well.
Yeah.
No, I'm very grateful. I'm very lucky that I've got great in-laws, so we get along really well. Because I know that that's a struggle between.
So going back to the point.
So going back to the point, they moved there in 91, and then I think that Naim, because he grew up in Albania and he's basically Albanian now in the way that he speaks and everything. He kind of always felt that it was his duty to go back to Albania and give back to the community there, especially after everything that his parents sacrificed to live there. So it was one of the things he was when we were dating and like talking about getting married, it was one of the things that was really important to him. He said, I really want to move back to Albania and live there with my wife. And I was really unsure because I never thought about leaving England. I really liked living in England. So, but I said, I'll keep an open mind. I'll come visit. We'll see how it goes.
Where were you living in England? Was it
in Cambridge? That's where I grew up.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. And my parents live there still. So I went to visit a few times, and then I realized that it's a very beautiful country. It's really easy also to get from there to England. Like it's only a 2.5 hours.
So basically, to put it in other words, once you saw the light, you couldn't unsee it.
Yeah, basically, yeah. Exactly. Something about Albania just drew me there. It was easy to move in the end.
Okay. So you'd say it's worth sacrificing, a big lump sum of income that guarantees you certain life standard for a Mediterranean/Albanian lifestyle?
Well, the truth is, it's difficult for me to say because I have the British passport and the UK dental license. I still work in England from time to time. So I take a locum job, which is like where you don't have a full-time contract. You can just like fill in for someone.
A couple of months.
A couple of months or a couple of weeks or whatever at a time, and then I can just earn a bit of money through that. So again, it shows my privilege because I know like most people don't have that opportunity.
So talking about dentistry quickly, briefly, because you do work in Tirana as well.
Yeah.
Can just give us a brief, because this dental tourism is becoming a trend nowadays.
Yeah.
Is it worth traveling from UK to Tirana for dental services? You have seen both sides in terms of quality and materials they use and standards that are applied.
Yeah, the truth is in the UK, there are just simply not enough NHS places for patients. So most people can't get an NHS appointment, which means...
No, NHS places means free dental service for people who don't understand.
Technically, it's not free, but
well, you pay
heavily
a fee, but
subsidized. So you pay a lot less than you would privately.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so what's happening now is people they're not on the NHS list, so they have to pay privately, and it can be thousands of pounds. It can be really, really...
I wasn't referring to prices, because obviously in UK they have silly prices. I was talking about quality and...
Yeah, but I think it's important to talk about the price, because otherwise why would you bother going to another country anyway for your dental care? Like the point is that even if you pay for the flights and the accommodation, it's still cheaper and you get a holiday.
But do you get the same quality of service?
I would say it depends where. For most of the places I've seen, yeah, definitely, because Albanian dentists are trained really well. They follow like European standards, so for sure. Obviously, you can. I think. Well, to be fair, I think that
because I find the Albanian ones are a bit better. I mean,
you find them better?
Undermine the British quality, but
I guess there's a different outlook, because in the UK we focus more on prevention, which means stopping there being a problem before it even starts. in Albania, unfortunately, it's kind of past that point. I guess because maybe people don't have as much of an oral health education from a young age. So then they present as adults with a lot more problems. So the focus is more on treating the problems that already exist. But from that point of view, they do a good job of that. It's just that I think in Albania it would be helpful to have more oral health education as children, like in school.
Mm-hmm. You mean to bring it back? It used to be, by the way.
Yeah, it was there
used to
because
be,
I
yeah.
didn't. Okay, yeah. But then I'm curious as to why there's so many. Oh, actually, I was gonna say I'm curious why there's a lot of dental problems in adults, but then I just realized there's a lot of smoking. But
Right.
I'm surprised that there, I don't know, maybe people smoke anyway, even though they know how bad it is, or do they just not know how bad it is for their teeth?
They just can't be bothered to brush their teeth.
Yeah, but the thing with smoking is even if you brush your teeth, it doesn't really help because the what smoking does is it causes your bone to reduce. And then
Okay,
that's why you get loose teeth and your teeth fall out.
I see.
Even if you brush, it doesn't necessarily help.
Uh-huh.
Can you give an advice what they needs to do, just like to prevent?
To prevent, just quit smoking.
And brush their teeth?
Brush twice a day, floss or use something in between the teeth, and don't smoke.
So does alcohol help, maintaining, reducing caries?
No, because alcohol also, a lot of alcohol has a lot of sugar
Not
as
a
well.
lot, a little bit of alcohol reduce the caries because it kills the germs, no?
No, well, no.
No.
Instead of being anything alcohol in the morning can cure a lot of illness or a bit lucky. So a bit with a coffee. They thinking it's like which age they can start to do the prevention on the kids?
Which age? As soon as you have your first tooth. So at like 6 months, you should already start brushing.
That's good. So listen to the doctor. But can you tell us more about your experience, life, work balance, how you manage?
Well, now I've made quite a good deal with a dental practice here. So I'm not employed like on a salary, but instead I take a cut. So every patient I see, I take a cut and the practice takes a cut. So it means that I can see a patient whenever I like. And also and I don't have to see them if I don't want to, which means then I've got a lot of flexibility to focus on singing, practice for events, do rehearsals, write songs, etc. So that's what I'm trying to focus on, more of a music career. But I just want to keep the dentistry to keep up my skills so I don't forget. And for me, what singing doesn't feel like work, even though technically it is. But it's funny because like when I meet
So
with
for
other
those who listen, they shouldn't pay you, by the way. Because you don't really feel like you're working.
No, please. No, it's like because they say that when you have a job you love, it's not a job. It doesn't feel like a job.
Yeah.
So I never understood that because I was like, how can I possibly love dentistry? I just find it stressful. But now I understand, and it's funny because when I sometimes rehearse with, like, I was rehearsing with a band, and they were all like looking at the time, like, oh, can we go home now? Like, it's been so long, and
because they see it as a job.
Yeah, exactly. And they were like, it's so funny, but also refreshing that you genuinely love it so much that it's actually fun for you. Like, I don't even want the rehearsal to end. It's so fun for me. I mean, I'm sure I'm in like the honeymoon phase of this career. I'm sure also I'll get bored of it as well eventually, but for now I love it, so I'm trying
And then
to
you move to Greece.
Yeah, I'll just go around like the whole of Balkans.
Let her learn Albanian first, and after
You need to learn Albanian properly first.
Properly,
So, since we are at this topic, what were those typical words that gave you headache to learn and pronounce? Do you have any, like, can you tell us any, like, story that happened to you or something? Any funny thing, whatever? Something must have happened.
You're right. There's probably something. I can't I've probably wiped it out because of the trauma.
So what were the hard words to pronounce, for example? What words do you find hard even today or in the past?
It's like even now, pulchen, like mopulchen, and also parapulchuer, and ehnihni, like that's so. I feel so weird when I say that. I feel like I'm about to sneeze, like ehnihni. But for me, that's the least of my concerns. Like the pronunciation, that's the least of my problems. It's just the grammar. I can't form a simple sentence.
No, you're okay. You're not that bad.
Well, okay, I can't form a sentence correctly.
You're okay. Like, considering you've only been there for 2 years.
I think she will be okay if he's going in the school and just speak with the kids about the prevention of their health.
Yeah, I did that actually. Yeah, I did. I tried to do it all in Albanian, but then I had to speak in English for some of it. But it's funny with kids. I think because a lot of Albanian kids have never seen a foreigner or somebody who's not fluent in Albanian. So it's really new for them to see somebody struggling with Albanian because they've probably only ever seen older people as people that speak perfectly.
You make them feel smart when you talk.
Well, exactly. They probably think like I'm so stupid. Like, how can this adult not know our language? Yeah.
So these are your typical words that you find hard to pronounce, or you find.
I'm sure there's a lot more. I just can't think of them.
Is there any words that's what other language do you speak? Sorry.
Oh, I only speak English fluently.
That's it. From your parents' language?
I speak a tiny bit of Hindi, and I speak like basically no Farsi. Okay,
so my point is there any word that you find similar that you heard before in other languages? And
there are some overlaps, but to be fair, the words that overlap, I think, are the ones that are technically taken from Turkish.
Right.
So, for example, Duchan in Hindi is Dukan.
Right.
But I think Duchan is a Turkish word anyway.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm.
It must be an Albanian word from Turkish.
Okay. And even P is also drink in Hindi.
Yeah. It's in Hindi as well, yeah?
Yeah.
It's definitely stolen from Albanian.
Well, London Bridge, and in Albanian it's like bridge. It's similar. It and bridge there are similarity, I think, in Europe. All is overlap the things together. It's not only Albania, but also you go in Italy, you find something similar words with other country.
Yeah, with those ones, because they might come from the Latin root, but with Albanian, from what I've seen, it's its own branch of a.
Yeah, that's what they said, but it's the main branch.
Okay.
Everything else is the branch.
Everything is from.
Why is the main branch? Because no similarity anywhere. You can go everywhere, you cannot find a similar language as Albanian.
You being an expat in Albania, yeah? Expat, not an immigrant.
Yeah.
Because that's the funny thing with Brits. They don't call themselves immigrants. They call themselves expats.
Expat,
but they call everyone else immigrants.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's another story.
Yeah.
So what if someone hears our conversation today and they want to pursue their dream of leaving the dark and grey country, overrated and overpriced, moving to Mediterranean, and you coming up saying, I moved to Albania, Tirana is quite pleasant, what should they have in mind? Because, for example, they might be in doubt between choosing, Albania or Italy or Croatia or, I don't know,
other places, yeah.
Greece.
Yeah.
So what should they have in mind? What should they be aware of from your point of view to help them, not us, because we are, born there. We know it. We see it from different perspectives.
Yeah. Well, I would say that firstly, the positives are that it's beautiful. Like there's no denying the nature is amazing and they'll have a lot of adventures. And also that they don't have to travel too far from anywhere to get to a certain beautiful spot. But what they should be aware of is it's not as cheap as they probably think it might be, especially property prices, even for rent,
It's going through
is
the roof.
crazy at the moment. It's like London prices.
Right.
It's really it's not good at the moment. But fresh produce, I mean things that are grown in Albania itself, those are actually a good price, very affordable. Anything imported is going to be a lot more than it is in England. And the other thing to be aware of is that there isn't really much public transport. So it's good and bad. It's good because, like, for example, I walk everywhere, so I'm feeling a lot fitter. But it's kind of annoying if it's raining or something, and there is a bus system, but it's a little bit complicated. I still don't really understand how to catch the bus. And
Are you talking about interurban journeys from a city to a city or within?
no, at the moment, I'm just talking about in Tirana, but between cities, that's even worse. That's even harder.
Okay.
There are buses. I've actually never taken them.
Yeah, you because you feel posh.
Well, it's because we had a car. Actually, we don't even have a car anymore because
But you can get a taxi though. So don't.
Oh, but that would be
not a
really
big deal.
expensive though.
Why?
To get a taxi, like 2 hours.
2 hours? Why would you need a taxi for 2 hours?
No, like between cities.
No, I'm talking within Tirana.
Oh, within Tirana. Yeah, you could. Like, if it's a really rainy day, I will take a taxi, but it's rare. Mostly I'll just walk.
There's no Uber, is it?
There's no Uber, but there are similar systems.
Okay.
So, like, there's apps and stuff, or you can even just text them on WhatsApp.
So you're talking, what you're saying is valuable, but from a tourist point of view. What
even
do they know from a resident's point of view beyond this, and minor things?
Yeah. Well, I think that's quite important.
Safety-wise, for example, it's important. I guess safety is quite important.
Oh yeah. So from a safety point of view, I feel very safe. I think I don't know the statistics about it, to be honest, but
there's no petty crime.
Well, I don't know about that, but from what I've experienced, it doesn't
you don't see petty crime.
Yeah, I do. I don't see it. I can't speak for everyone, but from what I've seen and experienced, it feels really safe. Like even walking alone late at night.
Okay. So so dealing with public services, generally speaking, what's your experience?
That is a bit difficult. Yeah, that I can't lie. That's quite hard.
Yeah, that's why I'm asking you. So
I forgot about that. I wiped it from my mind. Yeah. So, but the thing is, I'm sure it's difficult everywhere, like dealing with bureaucracy and official documentation and so on.
So you can't sort anything over the phone. Would you confirm
Yeah,
that?
yeah. Oh, yeah. That's something I forgot to mention. So there's this culture of
Come on, I'm helping
ngafur.
you now.
No, yeah, you're
You're
so
supposed
right.
to
I
be the
forgot.
leader of expats in Tirana. You should
No.
this
This thing
point.
is really annoying for me. So ngafur means you have to meet from close. So anything that you want to talk about, it's like, oh, let's meet for a coffee. So I'll walk like an hour across town. I don't even drink coffee. I'll sit and have my ui pagas
Right.
and just have like a 2 hour conversation just for them at the very, very end to be like, oh, I'll email you the cost or the prices. But
Right.
it's like you could have just sent that email in the first place.
Right.
Oh, you look like my daughter now. She grew up living in Italy and here in England, and she said the same things.
Yeah.
You discuss main things in the coffee.
Yeah, everything. At least if I drank coffee, it would help, you know?
Or you can take a tea or salad or
Yeah,
something else.
I know, but it's like I didn't even want to spend that money.
Yeah.
So, anything else that comes into your mind that would be would be helpful to the potential expats in Albania?
Um, I think we've said it. We've said most of
We've
them.
said most of them, yeah? Okay,
Yeah, I think
so
yeah.
what are the do's and don'ts then? There must be some social,
Social etiquette.
taboos or etiquette. Yeah.
Well, the thing is, my Naim isn't very sensitive to
Or
them.
what are
He
those things that you've done and you were feeling awkward or you were told off by your husband
No, but that's the thing.
afterwards?
I'm the worst person to ask because he is one of those people that doesn't care what other people think.
No,
So
but still, you must have felt that you've done
that I shouldn't have.
something, or should have not done something.
Yeah, I'm trying to think about it.
It's
I'm
like you're so
sure that.
perfect.
Take your
No,
time.
the thing is, I probably don't know. I've probably done it so many times and just don't know about it. Oh
Okay.
yeah, okay. I remember a funny story. So I was I was like this. We'd invited a friend over for dinner, and she's a Baha'i, so she's a close friend of Naim's family. And then we were doing the usual "See any Mir," like "How are you?" loads of times.
Speaking in Albanian. See any mir.
Yeah, exactly.
How
And then
many times they say see any mir?
yeah, we always joke about so many ways to say "See Mir," "Familia Mir," "Dusia Mir." Anyway, so the whole thing. Um, and then I didn't really understand what she was saying. So this happened a lot worse at the beginning. I mean, it still happens now, but when I had just moved, there were so many times where I didn't understand a thing, but I would just be like nodding or like
Right.
smiling or
Just pretending to understand.
yeah. Anyway, yeah, exactly. So then she said, I heard the word relative. So I thought she was asking how my relatives. So I said, Papa, Mommy, Mir, Babi, Mir, Vlad, Mir. Like I was going through the whole world, Mir. And then she started laughing, and everybody was laughing. And apparently she had been saying, "Shtoja relative," like she was saying, "Oh wow, you've learned Albanian so well." And I was like, "No, not really." And then she said, "Well, everything's relative." So,
I see.
so she was trying to compliment me on how good my
Okay.
Albanian was. Meanwhile, I didn't understand a thing.
Right.
It was going on and on about my
So you're
my
just
family.
you're just picking keywords rather than the whole sentence.
Yeah, and then it does. I think there's been loads of times, even in interviews and stuff, where I'll completely answer a different question because I didn't understand it, and I heard like one word and I just ran with it.
Okay.
Yeah, but what I'm hoping is that because I always smile as well or laugh, so I'm hoping that nobody has said like something really sad, and I'm like, oh,
Have you ever felt judged somehow?
um,
Or labeled, or I don't know, put on the spot for being different?
oh,
Looking different.
Only really online a bit by like some rare haters,
Right.
but not really. In person, I don't think I've experienced that much.
Okay.
Have I? I don't know. Don't think
Sounds
so.
like we're a civilized society.
Yeah, yeah.
I think we are, despite all the problematic and things, but most of the Albanian are welcoming or not.
So,
Yeah.
what would you do different if you moved today? If today, knowing what you know, what would you do different to make your life better, easier, enjoy the experience more?
Or change something. Yeah.
I don't know. That's a hard question because it wasn't that long ago.
What do you regret having, you wish you did differently, basically? You must have been some stuff that, that you...
I guess I'm quite happy with how things have got because it hasn't been that long, right? So
Yeah, but you still... Anyway, so nothing. You wouldn't have done anything different. So I'm basically trying to help those who intend to move to Albania, through your answers. That's why I'm asking these questions.
yeah, no, I get that. I think so far, like touch wood, everything has been quite smooth for me. I mean, the fact that I even started a singing career is basically because I moved to Albania. So it's actually gone in a really good direction for me. So I wouldn't have thought of even doing that
So
when I
you visited all the Albanian main cities, I guess, yeah?
probably most of them, yeah.
Which one is closer to a British or Western town in terms
Maybe
of organized and lifestyle?
I guess maybe Korcha
Korcha?
felt quite European and quaint and
Yeah. Okay.
yeah,
Neat.
neat. Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Okay. And second in the list, silver.
Still,
Vlora maybe.
Laura.
Yeah.
I was expecting Shkodra.
Yeah, well, I really love Shkodra, but I haven't actually experienced that much of the city. Like I've only been to the lake and the nature parts.
Okay.
The people are lovely, so I suggest you going maybe.
Oh yeah,
this
I also love
summer.
the music. I love
Yeah.
Shkodrane. Shkodrane, I love that. Yeah.
Okay. So now I guess are you in the mood to sing us your most favorite Albanian song?
Okay. Sure, I can.
I'll keep quiet now. And
Yeah.
I'll listen.
Okay.
Wait, can I get my guitar?
Yeah, you can go and get the guitar.
Okay.
Let us start now.
Okay. Okay. So since we spoke of Korcha,
Okay.
here's a Serenata Korchare.
Right.
Lovely.
Okay.
Të të themje lule, ti je më e bukur. Të themje gonxhe, kam bas freskina, se ti zemrën time, thashë më ke marrë, mos për kokën tënde, mos më mbaj më ri, se do ti dua, ti dua, ti dua, ato di sy qka ti vash falmi mua, se do ti dua, ti dua, ti dua, për gjithmona, se do ti dua, ti dua, ti dua, ato di sy qka ti vash falmi mua, se do ti dua, ti dua, ti dua, për gjithmonë.
Wow.
Well done. Thank you. Now,
Thank you.
for the second song.
How about Kung Shkodrane?
Okay,
Oh, love me.
you know best. Okay, we
Renvera filoj meja dhe bili nis me kënu ja jo drando filja e bart dhe ndritare me ndigju ja jo drando filja e bart dhe ndritare me ndigju o shpirt sa të du Spërmbaste kam ardhur O shpirt sa të du S'pash hutjetën me kalu
Great.
Oh, thank you.
This is my favorite, by the way.
Yeah, it's my favorite.
Oh yeah, me too.
also.
I love this one.
I
Yeah,
love that one.
so nice.
So we have common tastes. And you're gonna do your most famous one?
Well,
To wrap
Vals.
it up, I thought it was Vacizela was the.
Yeah.
Or no, are you not feeling?
She seems
No,
like
no,
Vac-
no, I can, but I can't do that one with guitar, so I'll just sing it like a
Yeah,
cappella.
that's
Okay,
one. She looks like a bit like Vacazela, or no?
I
thought
don't
so.
know.
Similar, yeah, similar in the
Some
face.
people said that.
Yeah.
Some people thought I was her
The
granddaughter. Granddaughter.
Yeah. I was so when
Besa Vacizelis.
the similar thought I had in the head. Maybe you have a connection with Vacazela because the voice is so similar, and also appearance.
Yeah, maybe in another life.
Who knows?
As far as I remember, you said the Vacizela one was the most viewed one.
Maybe.
That's what I remember. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah. No. I'm known for singing Vacizela.
Right.
But yeah.
No,
I just
I asked you which one is the most viewed
No,
one.
that was Sonata by Eli Farah.
I see. Okay. But then do that if you prefer. Whichever you think is going to be
No,
more.
but I think people like Vals, so I'll sing a bit of Vals.
Okay.
All right. We cannot dance here because
Yeah. Valso vastieho Bitë bukrin edhe Fusha tona I përshkon Kush përthen jetë re La 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 jetë re
Okay, well done.
Well done.
I've exhausted all my questions for today. Maybe if we meet up again, I'll have more questions out of curiosity.
Yeah, for sure.
Unless Rezarta has any other questions.
Sara was keen to confirm she would like to have a collaboration with us. And thank you for choosing us for this interview.
Are you going to invite Sara in London for your events?
I would love.
Yeah.
We would love, I think so.
But be prepared because Sara charges a lot of money.
At the moment, we are just like charity organization, but hopefully, as we grow, why not? Just like everything needs to be on their position. So Sara is a good example how other people can integrate in Albania, as everywhere, there is pro and cons. We immigrate in other country, and trust me, we have a lot more discrimination. Also, still here is a bit of discrimination, as is polite discrimination, but it is. So, and being in your position, I think is such a good position. So you can come back in London, meet your parents, and do whatever you want and get back there. And hopefully you enjoy to stay in Albania.
Yeah.
And you will get in there. I think, as I told you, you are a VIP now in Albania. So for me, it was a pleasure having you here.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, and maybe we can meet in other occasions together.
Yeah, definitely. If either of you come to Tirana, let me know, and you can come
Of
for
course.
a
Maybe
Persian meal.
Be your friends, and
Yay!
we'll help you find new friends as well. We share friends with you.
Thank you. Appreciated.
By the way, English-speaking friends.
Yeah, that could help.
Mund ta përshëndesësh i qik në Shqip tani, me që Endri na kritikoj me të drejtë, sepse ti nuk je shqiptare, pavarësisht origjinave, po mund të flasësh i qik shqiptashi një përmbyllje në gjuhën shqipe, ç'a mesazhi mund t'japësh për Shqipërinë, për shqiptarët, për rinin, qoftë edhe për muzikën, çfarëdo që të kesh dëshirë.
Okay. Shumë faleminderit për ftesën, ishte shumë kënaqësi. Kishim një bisedim shumë bukur. Dua të them vetëm shumë faleminderit njerëzit shqiptar që më keni
Pranuar.
mirë pritur, po.
Accepted and welcome.
Yeah, exactly, po. Dhe më pëlqen shumë Shqipërinë dhe njerëzit shqiptar, kulturën shqiptare, dhe është një vendi shumë i bukur, është një nga vendit më të sigurt që kam qenë, dhe ka njerëz më të sjellshëm që kam takuar, dhe jam shumë mirënjohëse që mund të jetoj në Shqipëri.
Faleminderit, Sara.
Shumë faleminderit. Mirë pafshim nga Tirana.
Mirë pafshim.